Hi, welcome to Bill's Blogs. These are a series of events that have happened in my life, and some of them are funny, some of them aren't, but I hope you'll get a kick out of this one. This is kind of a short one. 2004, I got a call from somebody at Miramax from their music department, and I'm guessing that my dear friend Susie Katayama maybe had something to do with it. I think she'd given him my number. I was told that I had been recommended as an excellent ragtime piano player. And actually the truth is that I think my entire experience in that genre was maybe playing Maple Leaf Rag or Kitten on the Keys a couple times each. And that I don't think that qualified me, but whatever. The interesting thing about this was that I wouldn't be heard while I was playing. I was told that if I was hired, I'd be playing on the Queen Mary with a band in the late 30s or early 40s for the film release party taking place that's in the movie, The Aviator. I need to learn a couple of fast rags, and at some point the camera would film me actually playing on a special piano that would allow me to strike the keys, but no sound would come out from them. I did. I took the gig. I stressed for a minute, and then got down to just really trying to learn the songs. Finally, the day came when we were all supposed to show up on the Queen Mary, and we were all there. It was myself and about 5 other musicians. We were there. We had to be there. Our work call was at 8 in the morning, and I met with the other people. Some of them I knew, and we all got our hair greased back, and we got makeup, and then we just sat hours and hours. Finally, we were called sometime around noon. And we played these songs like numerous times, multiple takes. And then even after that were close-ups of playing it with my hand showing, the parts. And I don't know why, but for some dumb reason, one of the people in the crew told me that I had to play it memorized. I was thinking, well, don't musicians from that period, didn't they use sheet music? Fortunately, I remembered enough of it, so it looked like I pulled it off reasonably well. The bell went off, I think it was around 1 o'clock, telling us to take a lunch break, and one of the other guys in the band and I thought we could find a shortcut. We cut in a back alley there, and on the way to the cafeteria, and instead we opened a door to a room that had Director Martin Scorsese and actors DiCaprio, Blanchett, Reilly, and Baldwin all in a room in a discussion, So we walked in on them and went, "Oh, we're sorry. We're very sorry. We were looking for the lunchroom to, have our lunch." And they realized that it was lunchtime too, and so they just decided to break up that meeting. And suddenly all of us were heading toward the cafeteria. I was looking, sideways at all these acting legends and this amazing director, and it brought me back to remembering something that happened way back in 1976 when I was in Chicago. And it happened to myself and Randy Waldman, who's a marvelous piano player, amazing piano player, and a buddy of mine. And at the time, I was thinking about this. I got the nerve to pull alongside Martin Scorsese and say to him, I thought this would get his attention. I said, "Sir, I want to thank you for helping me get here out to L.A." And he turned and he looked at me, and he, okay, what the heck's going on? "I'll bite. What do you mean?" Of course, saying it very fast too, "I'll bite. What do you mean?" So I told him that years ago, Randy and I were out of college, and we discussed whether we should go live in New York or California, and go to New York City or Los Angeles to pursue our musical careers. We put it off. We said, let's just go to the movies tonight. And while we're at the movies, we picked and walked into Taxi Driver. And at the end of the movie, I'll never forget, the lights finally came up. And we looked at each other, and I said to Randy, "I don't know about you, but I'm going to L.A." And he looked at me and said, "No fucking way I'm going to live in New York after this movie." Scorsese kind of looked at me, took it in, and then he started laughing, hard, all while walking very fast, with these short steps that he was doing, and said, "Ha ha, that's a good one. I haven't heard that one before." And he just took off, motored twice as fast, and that was the last I saw of him. I was there for the rest of the day, too. So I couldn't wait for the movie to come out. I wanted to see, if I was in it, and my hands were there at least. First week I got in the theater, watched the movie, and to my surprise, not one bit of the footage devoted to my hands on the keyboards, during those songs was showed. but we did get paid.